let's continue our discussion about the drawbacks of the PPP approach. Okay. Now, in the previous video, we already mentioned that the coverage of the goods and services may be different. Okay, so even we believe the law of one price is true, but it's one price of what, right? One price of Big Mac, one price of a Ford F-150 pickup truck, or one price of iPhone 12, right? So considering that, economists make a lot of adjustment. For example, we put every thing together and use a weighted average, okay, which would cover more goods and services. Okay, and but of course, it's not that easy to do this. For example, when we, especially when we, look at the services. Okay, now you could say that the iPhone 12, for example, if the price is different between Australia and China, then let's say if iPhone 12 is sold at a higher price in China, then people may ship the iPhone 12 from Australia to China to make a profit. Okay, so the supply of iPhone 12 in China would be higher, and then its price would be lower. And then the supply of the iPhone 12 in Australia would be lower, so the price would be higher. Okay, and eventually, these two prices would meet in the middle, right? So somewhere in the middle, so the price gap would disappear, right? However, when it comes to the services, you cannot use that reasoning, okay? Because a barber, which provides the haircut service in China, and the barber in Australia, even for the same haircut, right? If there's a price gap, you cannot ship the Australian barber to China, and to close that price gap, right? To get rid of that price difference. It is impossible. Okay, and also, the quality of the service may be even more challenging to measure, right? Like in reality, the haircuts are different, right? The Chinese barber and the Australian barber, they might have a different, due to different fashion style, different, like for example, if you go to some of the hair salon in China, they would also do the massage right after the haircut. They do that and provide that service for free, right? And so again, for the services, it'll be harder for us to argue. The law of one price is still true, okay, still applicable across countries. The variation of the quality of the goods and services, which again we briefly mentioned in the previous video. Here I just want to give you one more example. So even for the Big Mac, we think McDonald's, it's standardized, right? Fast food chain, they're all standardized in terms of each step, what they're supposed to do to make Big Mac, and how much beef, how much sauce they are supposed to put over there. It's kind of there's a protocol of doing that. However, researchers find that the Big Mac in Australia is 22% fewer calories than the Canadian version of Big Mac. Amazing, right? And they also find that the Australian version of Big Mac is 8% lighter than that in Mexico. Okay, so again, even the most standardized fast food restaurant, what they provide in different countries might be different. Okay, so these are you can take them as a drawbacks or concerns of using the PPP GDP per capita. Okay, even so, economies are still using the PPP along with the officially reported real GDP per capita. Okay, so oftentimes if we don't want to get in, argument like which one is better, okay, PPP or officially reported one, then we just present both, okay, and leave let the audience to make their own judgment. Okay, so here let's take a look at the income level of several Asian economies, okay, based upon the two methods. Number one is nominal GDP per capita. Okay, of course, when you look at just 1 year, you can look at the nominal. Okay, but when you look at multiple years or over time comparison, you got to use real, okay, to squeeze out the inflation. And so the nominal one is based upon the official exchange rate. Okay, and we also look at the real one here. Okay, I'm sorry, the PPP one. Now, the first country, by the way, the data is from the World Bank. Okay, about it's 2019. Okay, 2020's data we may wait a little longer to get it. Okay, because it always takes time for these governments to collect and report the data. Okay. Now, if we remember, the Japanese GDP per capita was collected and reported in Japanese yen, right? And if we use the official exchange rate to convert it into US dollars in 2019, it's going to be $40,247. Okay, and it was ranked as number 27. The richest economy in the world. Okay. However, if we use the purchasing power parity, then we find that the GDP per capita in Japan should be $43,236. Okay, and the rank should be 30. Okay, so 3 places below it's this one. Okay, and South Korea, okay, if we use officially reported exchange rate, then it should be $31,762. Okay, it was ranked number 31. But if we use the PPP, we find a big difference here. It's approximately 40% higher. Okay, so it's $43,143. And but the world rank stays the same, number 31. Okay, China, it's based upon the official exchange rate, it's $10,262. Okay, 2019 was actually the first year the GDP per capita in China was reported over $10,000. Okay. And it was ranked at number 68. Okay? But when we switch to the PPP approach, we find it's actually like more than 60% higher. Okay, it's $16,830. However, the world rank actually becomes lower. It becomes number 77. Okay, and Vietnam here. Based upon the official exchange rate, it's $2,715, number 135. But when we switch to the PPP, it gets much higher, okay, and almost 4 times higher, okay, and I'm sorry, 3 times higher, more than 3 times higher, $8,397, and the world rank improves as well. It becomes 119 place. Okay, in India you find the officially exchange rate. When we converted the GDP into dollars, it's $2,104, And when we use a PPP, it becomes nearly $7,000, okay, much higher. And word rank improves from 142 to 125. Okay. Now here, I would like to leave a question for you guys to think about, and then when we discuss these in class, I'm greatly looking forward to your input. Okay. Do the lower income economy tend to have a higher PPP income and a better ranking? It looks like that is the case here among these Asian economies, right? So when we switch to PPP, all of them ends up with a higher income, okay? PPP income, and the Vietnam and India have a better ranking, okay, a higher ranking. Now here I would ask you guys why, okay? What leads to this improvement, okay, of their ranks? And we're gonna discuss these during our class meeting. This is definitely related to what we already discussed before, okay, about the GDP, about the PPP approach.